Hi, I'm Dan and welcome to 5x5. So, as of recording this, yesterday was the Super Bowl. And for me, what that means is new trailers are out and that's exciting. Which made me think about, what could I do for a video? Well, I want to talk about my top 5 favorite trailers of all time. Not in any specific order, but in under 5 minutes. So here we go.
Logan, what did you do?
Number 5 is Logan. Logan is a really important trailer for me because I'm a big superhero fan. You might be seeing a few more superhero trailers throughout this thing. But X-Men Origins Wolverine, I have to say, is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. The follow-up, The Wolverine, was a very mediocre at best movie. And so this trailer had a lot of ground to cover to get me to want to see the third movie in the trilogy. Even though it's very disconnected in a lot of ways from the other two, it is still the follow-up to The Wolverine. And Logan just immediately captured me with Hurt, which is a phenomenal song that I've always loved, but just the tone and the fact that they were like, oh, we're doing it right this time. It's rated R, it has this intense melancholy about it, and the cinematography is beautiful, and the lighting and the set design, and you see these Xaviers lying in his bed and the light coming through, and it looks like a next level film. Not even just for, the Wolverine franchise, but for a lot of superhero movies in general. There's attention to detail here. This is a film. I love the sort of The Last of Us vibes that I got from the trailer. It was a really great trailer that made me go from 0 to 100, and I must see this movie within that 2-minute period. One of my standout favorite moments from the trailer is where we see a quick series of shots of everybody sort of smiling around the table. Just such a stark difference to all the intensity and pain that you see throughout the rest of the trailer, that I liked that it was showing the levels of that this is a complex world and complex characters. So number 5 is Logan.
I didn't want to wake you up, but I really want to show you something.
Number 4 is Where the Wild Things Are from Spike Jonze, one of my favorite directors. Where the Wild Things Are is similar to Logan in that it's very music driven, and it had an uphill battle to win me over. I enjoyed reading Where the Wild Things Are like most kids do at a young age, but it's not like something that I felt like I needed to see a movie of. It's such a short, simple tale. This trailer grabs you in. It introduced me to Arcade Fire through this great song and this tone piece of adventure and sorrow, and I liked the use of the typography and the different sort of fonts that they used to express the different emotions of what this movie was going to be about without showing you the specifics. It just gave you the feeling of this is what you're going to feel like when you watch this movie. And mostly, I just think that the special effects and the way they displayed the wild things is so powerful, and they're so emotive, and they look great even today, and I just get enraptured with the look of them and the feel of them. They feel like they're real and they're here, and they can just really connect with these characters, and I want to know more about them, and it makes me need to see this movie, which I think is what a trailer is really about doing, while also it feels like a nice little short piece on its own.
In time, you will help them accomplish wonders.
At number 3, we have Man of Steel, official trailer number 3, I specifically want to call out. I feel like 3 was the one that really got it right. And the thing that's interesting about Man of Steel is this is a story that we already know going in. Unlike the other ones that I love because they just sort of told you a tonal piece or they set up a story where you know what the ending was, this is something where you don't necessarily care about whether the trailer gives away the entire movie because you know the origin of Superman. And I was a Superman fan from the age of 3, and to me this was, it was all about the interpretation, how they were showing it. And regardless of what you think of the final product of Man of Steel, this trailer felt like they were getting it so right that the beauty of it, the cinematography, the special effects, Snyder was bringing him up to life in a way that I felt like Superman had never been at that point. The beauty and the music and the build-up and the emotion and the intensity and the gravitas of what this would mean in the real world if someone like Superman existed, and his godlike majesty walking through the snow with a red cape billowing and him flying in a way that I've never seen Superman fly up to that point. And the build up of him as a kid and the beautiful moment of, you know, young Clark saying, can I just keep pretending I'm your son? And Jonathan saying, you are my son. Like, that cuts to your emotions so quickly and so well. It's a beautiful moment. Just such a powerful score from Hans Zimmer building up to this crescendo. I'm a huge fan.
Were you rushing or were you dragging?
Next up is Whiplash, which is freaking phenomenal. Such a good trailer. I remember the first time I saw it and I was just like, holy fuck. Because it tells a story and it sets up these characters and there's actors so well. Well, you know, we don't know where anything goes, but the premise is so gripping because the actors are so gripping. J.K. Simmons and the editors are able to work together to create this complex, interesting villain within minutes. You know, just a couple scenes and you see this character and you see his intensity and you see how much he cares, and you understand that he really is the hero of his own story, that he believes that what he's doing is right. And the line of there's no two words more dangerous in the English language than good job is just like cuts to you because you're like, oh, this movie's gonna say something and it believes something. Now, does it agree with him? Does it sort of agree with him? Is it a commentary on the sort of millennial like participation trophy generation? The fact that they already had so much success at festivals and stuff and they were able to do that final, you know, montage of all the positive praise to the music, it just gets you so hyped up and you're like, oh man, I need to see Miles Teller. I need to see J.K. Simmons. These actors are so good. I was so taken by this trailer and I immediately knew I needed to see it. And finally, number 5 on the list is the first official trailer for The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, David Fincher's United States version. This trailer is so unique. It's basically Fincher just making a music video to this cool cover of the Immigrant Song and using that to, you're like, we don't need to tell you anything about this movie. We're just gonna make such a cool music video that you're gonna be like, even though I haven't read this or seen the other movies, I need to see this movie, which is exactly what happened to me as a viewer who at that point hadn't read the books, didn't really know much about this phenomenon they were speaking of, but it was a phenomenon that I knew I needed to be a part of because it was so intense. The imagery was so captivating, and talk about a trailer that makes you feel something. There's sort of claustrophobia and dread and suspense that they build up by flashing back to the snowy road leading to this big ornate house, and this feel of, it's like a horror movie, but it's an adult horror movie. It has this murder mystery thing. You don't even know from this trailer who any of the characters are. You don't hear any dialogue. You don't get an idea of who the victims are, who the heroes are, who the villains are. Anyone's a suspect. Anyone seems shady when you just see a flash of them. It's this intense song, and it makes you want to keep feeling that dread because it's so well put together. It's a really, really cool trailer, and I wish more people would take, you know, the artistic license to do something like this, to make a tonal piece that is art in and of itself, and instead of just being a marketing opportunity, we're gonna make something awesome, so awesome that you're like, I want to see more things from these people. And that's why I think that Girl with Dragon Tattoo has such a special trailer, and I hope that we get more trailers like that in the future. So what are some of your favorite trailers? Please let me know in the comments below. Hopefully with editing I actually got this down to 5 minutes. We'll see. You're probably laughing at me as I have like a 20-minute video. Thanks guys so much for watching, and please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.